The Airbus A318, the smallest member of the A320 family, not only in size, but also in sales. So what is the story of the A318? Where does the plane have its origins? Which airlines ordered the type, and do they still use it today? Let's talk aviation. If you enjoyed the video, remember to like and subscribe. This really helps the channel grow and makes it easier for others to find. The A318 is the smallest member in the A320 family and was also the last one to be made. After successful release of the A320, Airbus created the larger A321 and smaller A319. But in the late 1990s, Airbus entered talks with a group of Chinese and Singaporese companies to build an aircraft with a capacity of about 100 passengers. The talks were unsuccessful, as the Chinese ended up wanting a larger aircraft with place for about 150 passengers. And Airbus already had these aircraft in the A319 and A320. But later on, Airbus, still looking for an aircraft in the 100-seat range, decided to create a shrunken version of the A319, the A318. The aircraft wasn't the success Airbus hoped, and of the initial orders, most were converted to the larger A319 and A320 or outright cancelled. One of the reasons for the cancellations was that the aviation authorities in Europe and the US didn't classify the A318 as a regional jet. This meant that airlines would have to pay higher fees at airports, and usually the crew salaries are higher as well on non-regional aircraft. This made it a niche plane, and only 80 would ever be built. The first were delivered back in 2003 to launch operators Frontier Airlines and Air France. In total, Frontier ordered 9 baby buses, as the plane is often referred to. A decade after the introduction of the smallest of the A320 family, all were replaced by the larger family members. Air France is the largest customer of the type and ordered 18 planes. And while they do operate the type as of today, it won't be for long, as they will be retired in favor of the A220. Over in South America, LATAM used 15 A318s for its domestic routes in Chile between 2007 and 2013. One of the smallest operators of the type is the Romanian airline Tarom, which ordered 4 planes, and with a capacity of 113 seats, all 4 are still in the air as of today, operating flights in Europe. After the pandemic, Tarom, however, announced that it was planning to phase out some of its older planes in order to renew its fleet in an attempt to become profitable again. The A318s and all the 737s will be replaced by the Boeing 737 MAX 8. And if you have around $7 to $8 million laying around, one of the Tarom A318s could be yours. The last commercial airline on the list is British Airways. Before the pandemic, the airline operated 2, but unlike many other airlines that use the plane for regional flights, BA decided to do it differently. They configured the aircraft with 32 business class seats, and they only operated the plane on flights from London to New York. However, instead of flying from one of the larger airports in the London area, they were able to fly out of London City, located centrally in London. While on the way to New York, the plane would make a refueling stop over in Shannon, Ireland, and passengers cleared customs there. This way, the plane could fly into New York as if it was a domestic flight. What will be the future of the A318? Is there even one? Unlike as for the A319, A320 and A321, there is no neo version of the A318, and I don't think there ever will be one. From the start of the A318 program, it has never been a success. Only a handful of airlines use the type, and without the exception for some niche advantages, like the option for pilots to fly all planes in the A320 family, or the short runway capabilities, there really never was a business case for the plane. Now that Airbus has the highly successful A220 aircraft in its portfolio, there is really no need anymore for an A318neo. The A220-100 has the capacity of 100 to 120 seats, just like the A318. And most likely, in a couple of years, the only A318s flying around will be government-owned or private planes. What are your thoughts about the A318? Did you know of the smallest member of the A320 family? And do you think Airbus did good shrinking the A319 further? Would an A318neo make sense in the current market? Or is the A220 the better option for airlines? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and please consider subscribing to Let's Talk Aviation.